Hey, what's up, guys? It's Thomas Wilson. I just wanted to take a little time out from my workflow to talk to you a little bit about composition, what that means, and how it should be used as a photographer. One of the most important aspects of a good image is its composition. And how an image is structured or framed is vital to ensuring that the message that you're trying to pass is actually passed on to the viewer. Framing is the process of setting your shot up so that the viewer's eye gets directed to travel where you want them to look. Basically, so you can make them see what you want them to see and evoke those kinds of emotions that you want to evoke. I just want to take a couple of seconds to look at a couple of examples. Um, First up, let's go ahead and get this full screened here. First up, this is at Churchland High School in Portsmouth, Virginia. This young man here, his name is Ali Scott. He's an offensive lineman, and he's declared to come over to Norfolk State, help us out next year on the football field. So we had a little photo session that we set up to get some photos and some pub and stuff like that for him. Basically, the first thing that you see from this photo is the logo on the upper left-hand side. Um, why? This it's because of the space used and the size of the subjects and the perspective to draw you to the biggest thing in the frame. Once there, the eye travels down the lines of the brick and the shadow to the subject, our people. So you start off here, and these lines are called leading lines. They kind of lead you to follow, which brings you down to here, which is kind of what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to take a look at the logo first, so you could notice that whatever this photo was, it was going to be about some type of organization or something that had a logo. And then after you're drawn down there, it kind of sets your mind up. And then you see, oh, well, it's a kid and he has a football in his hand. He has a jersey. I'm guessing the guy beside him is maybe a coach or a brother, whatever the case is. To get you to look into the article. Um, that brings me to another point, which is why we seem to notice certain parts of an image before others. And with that, I want to introduce you to the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is a guideline that photographers use to properly frame their shots for emphasis and or storytelling purposes. By dividing what you see in your viewfinder or on your LCD into these thirds, it's easy to draw attention to where you want it. Now I have an example. I put the thirds lines up here just to kind of show you, but I have another photo that I'm going to show you that kind of looks a little bit better. As you can see, with these lines, each of these points here where the lines intersect, those are naturally places that your eye is going to go and travel to. So what you want to do is kind of try and put different parts of your image on those different points to get that person's eye to naturally do that. And what you do is you use your size. You can use color. You can use shading. There's a bunch of different ways to draw attention to those points, but you want to put whatever those attention getters are on that point. And that's where I'm going to show you how framing, changing the frame up on this image, makes things look just a little bit different, and you get a little bit of a different feel to it. In this image here, I've gotten a lot closer. I'll go ahead and turn these leading lines on. Turn the thirds lines on. As you can see, the first thing you normally notice should be in the bottom right corner, the watch and the football. I put them down there, and they kind of stand out a little bit. But if you notice, you're instantly drawn to the player on the right. And then your eyes are kind of, because the guy has on a white shirt, you're kind of gradually, really loosely led to check him out. and you see the correlation between the two. And last but not least, you might not even notice it, but the logo is kind of just off in the distance, and you can't really tell what it is. And I wanted to do it that way just to show the different feeling that you'll get from this photo. As you can see, the logo is pretty much just an afterthought. It's not really even necessary in this photo, but it kind of tied the whole football team thing in. But the main focus of this image is the football player. And this kind of helps to tell the story because this is about him and his declaration. I'll go ahead and turn these lines off. Well, basically, this image is a whole lot less spacious. So it has a little personality to it. It's a little bit more emotional than the widely spaced image. And you're immediately blah blah blah. So basically, that was just one of the things that I wanted to share with you, to really think about how you want to frame your shots, because framing, along with the other things that you can do, helps you to evoke emotion, helps you to spotlight subjects, draw attention, and get your message across the way that you want to get it across.